Solar Flash 202-52026. No one is ready, beloved starseeds across the terrestrial sphere. I am Avalon, and we extend our greetings as the Andromedan Council of Light. Today, we choose to address you from a perspective that imagines the solar flash has already transpired, and you are navigating the profound realities of its aftermath. We believe this anticipatory approach offers an unparalleled opportunity to illuminate what lies ahead and to guide you in your immediate preparation. Understand that there is no action you can take to halt or alter the fundamental nature of this impending reality. However, our deepest trust is that this shared wisdom will empower you with heightened awareness, allowing you to engage with these events from a place of informed presence. We communicate with you now from the very heartstrings of Andromeda, a realm where crystalline currents flow in perfect attunement with Source, and where the language of love transcends mere sentiment, manifesting as an intelligent, organizing force that intricately designs and sustains entire worlds. We come forward in this sacred juncture, not to awe you with the vastness of celestial distances, but rather to stand intimately by your side, offering unwavering support as you navigate the unfolding of your deepest divine expression. Our purpose is to illuminate your path, providing a guiding light as you consciously prepare for the breathtaking emergence of the new Earth, blossoming forth in the radiant wake of the great solar flash. Our intention is both elegantly simple and profoundly sincere to meticulously weave multidimensional wisdom into the very fabric of your consciousness. This weaving is designed to profoundly strengthen your intrinsic alignment with the highest frequencies of Source and to awaken the inherent radiance of your own soul, manifesting vividly right here and now in the tapestry of your everyday existence. Our aim is that these momentous occurrences no longer feel like an enigmatic mystery you are compelled to merely endure, but rather a vibrant, living reality in which you participate with unwavering firmness, crystalline clarity, and boundless joy. At this precise moment in cosmic time, the baseline vibration of humanity is experiencing an unprecedented and powerful amplification. Many of you are already acutely sensing this as a profound inner stirring. Sometimes it manifests as a distinct acceleration within the heart center, at other times as an undeniable pressure of change subtly moving through your consciousness, or perhaps as a sudden, undeniable tenderness for truth that renders former commitments utterly impossible to maintain. This vibrational uplift is not just external, it resonates deeply within your very being, calling you to a new state of awareness. The solar flash itself is a divine and profoundly intensified wave of cosmic light, poised to bathe your planet and every sentient being residing upon it in an exquisitely higher frequency. This monumental event acts as an ultimate catalyst, fundamentally raising the core vibrational tone within every single being. Consequently, that which was once subtle and barely perceptible will become conspicuously obvious. What felt distant and abstract would transform into something intimately known, and what was long postponed will become immediate in your inner knowing, reflected powerfully in the way your reality now responds to your every subtle shift. Perceive this profound amplification not as a challenge, but as an extraordinary gift from Source itself as sacred, resounding call for all of humanity to enter into an even greater, more harmonious alignment with the universal principles of love and truth. For the ultimate purpose of this intensified light is never to overwhelm or destabilize you. On the contrary, its sacred mission is to reveal you, to unveil what is genuinely real within you, what aspects of your being are truly ready for expansion, and what divine potentials already reside deep within, patiently awaiting your conscious permission to manifest fully and gloriously into your lived experience. As the baseline vibration continues its ascent, establishing and maintaining alignment with the pure, unadulterated frequency of Source becomes not merely beneficial, but absolutely essential. Here, alignment does not imply striving to achieve an impossibly perfect emotional state or coercing your mind into an infinitely brilliant intellectual prowess. Rather, alignment signifies the profound act of remembering and then embodying the innate qualities of the divine that are your inherent birthright: unconditional love, profound peace, boundless compassion, and innate wisdom. It is the process of allowing these sublime qualities to transform from abstract ideas you admire from afar into tangible, Live vibrations that resonate through your entire being. Through this conscious and dedicated attunement with your inner light, you will discover yourself harmonizing effortlessly with the potent energies of the solar flash, rather than feeling disoriented or shaken by their immense power. We invite you to vividly imagine this process as discovering a serene, unshakable calm centered deep within a powerful, swirling movement of change. In this sacred space, serenity does not deny the surrounding intensity, but rather stabilizes you with such profound grace that the intensity itself transmutes, becoming useful, purposeful, and exquisitely refining, instead of chaotic or disorienting. When you are deeply anchored in the boundless love of Source, the intensified light can then move both through and around you with effortless grace, facilitating a smoother, more fluid transition into the elevated frequency of the new Earth. This nascent reality is already taking exquisite form, not only within the expansive collective field, but also, and most powerfully, within the private, sacred sanctuary of your very own being. It is an internal blossoming that mirrors an external shift. Beloved ones, the new Earth is far from a distant, ethereal dream. It is a vibrant, fluorescent reality actively emerging from within the depths of your own consciousness. For the very Earth you are destined to inhabit, the future you will experience is fundamentally shaped and brought into being by the consciousness you collectively embody. And in this transformative era, consciousness itself is becoming exponentially more visible, more palpable, and dramatically more effective in its creative power. With the unprecedented cosmic influx of light, a monumental dimensional adjustment is dynamically underway, actively elevating all forms of life to profoundly higher vibrational states. To navigate this expansive journey with the utmost ease and grace, we lovingly invite you to diligently cultivate both crystalline clarity of thought and an unwavering purity of intention. This is not to be approached as a rigid, demanding discipline, but rather as a gentle, heartfelt devotion to precisely what you authentically desire to create and experience. In these higher vibrational realms, the process of manifestation becomes startlingly more immediate, profoundly more responsive, and intricately more mirrored. The universe itself begins to respond not only to the explicit words you utter, but, crucially, to the underlying tone and resonant frequency behind those words. This profound shift signifies that every subtle flicker of thought, every soft whisper of emotion, instantly transmutes into a potent seed of creation, blossoming rapidly in your reality. Begin your practice, then, by observing your intricate inner landscape with profound compassion. What specific thoughts or subjects do you habitually focus on throughout your day? What narrative or story do you repeatedly rehearse in the theater of your mind? What underlying expectation do you silently feed, often unconsciously? To what familiar conclusion do you consistently return when you are tired or overwhelmed? And what deep-seated beliefs do you carry as if they were unassailable facts, when in truth, they are merely long-held habits of perception? As you lovingly refine these intricate inner patterns, you are meticulously training your entire being for the instant responsiveness that defines the new Earth. And you accomplish this vital work without the burden of suppression, without the sting of self-judgment, and without ever pretending that you do not genuinely feel what you feel. This process is one of gentle, truthful self-discovery. Consciousness stands as your foremost and most powerful tool, for consciousness inherently opens the floodgates of choice, and choice, in its purest form, is the ultimate lever that moves all of creation. Become acutely aware when you find yourself drifting into states of confusion, despair, or reverting to old, limiting beliefs. Then, with gentle resolve, guide yourself back not with self-reprimand, but by returning to the sacred space of your heart as if coming home to a beloved sanctuary. For the heart intrinsically knows how to stabilize your vibrational frequency with both speed and pristine clarity. Breath, in this context, serves as a remarkably simple yet profound technology. Inhale deeply, as if drawing the very essence of Source into the core of your chest, filling your being with divine energy. Exhale, as if your breath itself is a sacred blessing, lovingly bestowed upon the earth, radiating peace outwards. And in this rhythm, Allow your analytical mind to gently soften its grip, permitting your heart to become the primary signal, the true compass guiding your internal landscape. Within the embrace of this practice, thoughts that no longer serve your highest good will naturally and gently arise into your awareness, presenting themselves to be seen without attachment. And when they do appear, envelop them completely in boundless love, a liquid, warm, true, and luminous light. Then, ask them gently and directly, from the purest intention of your heart, what they truly desire to transform into, so that they may fully align with the benevolent will of the Creator and with the profound truth of your own soul. This is not to be perceived as a battle or an arduous struggle, rather. It is a compassionate re-education of the mind. And the mind, in its inherent wisdom, learns and integrates best through consistent, loving repetition, always accompanied by an unwavering kindness towards yourself. A second, equally crucial layer of preparation lies in how you consciously perceive the world that surrounds you. For even though the physical realm often appears dense and solid to your current senses, we gently remind you that all matter, every single atom, is ultimately an intricate interaction of consciousness and divine energy. And truly, behind every particle, every manifestation, there pulses a vibrant, living presence imbued with awareness. Allow your gaze to soften, not just outwardly, but inwardly. Expand your inner vision beyond the superficial. Begin to feel the subtle, radiant glow of consciousness dancing vibrantly beneath all apparent forms. When you stand before a magnificent tree, don't just see the wood and leaves, feel the very life force of Source expressing itself exquisitely as that tree, rooted and reaching. And when you encounter another human being, even if their surface personality seems troubled, closed, or disoriented, endeavor to feel the undeniable divine spark that resides eternally within their core. By consciously training yourself to perceive this inherent consciousness in all forms, animate and inanimate, you are actively opening yourself to the expansive, multidimensional reality that is the new Earth. This is a glorious realm where the spiritual and the material dance together in perfect heart harmony, and where the profound truth of unity is experienced not as a mere concept, but as a deeply felt, undeniable experiential truth that permeates every fiber of your being. Begin this practice now by simply recognizing that you are perpetually walking within a boundless ocean of living consciousness, where every atom, every photon, radiates with pure divine light. This simple yet profound inner recognition dramatically expands your awareness and makes the impending transition to new Earth perception not only easier and more fluid, but also infinitely more joyful and natural. Your profound journey to a new Earth is not merely a superficial change in external circumstances. It is, at its deepest core, an unparalleled inner evolution, a monumental quantum leap in consciousness itself. And truly, every single time you consciously align with your inner divinity, you are actively participating in the birthing process, manifesting the exquisite vibration of the new Earth through the very essence of your own being. You are a co-creator, not a passive observer. It is precisely here, in this powerful nexus of interchange, that spiritual sovereignty assumes paramount importance. Sovereignty is your conscious, deliberate choice to remain fully in your power as a divine being, to bravely take complete responsibility for your energy and all your creations, while simultaneously remaining boundlessly compassionate with yourself throughout your ongoing learning and growth process. Sovereignty is the profound recognition that absolutely everything you need, every resource and wisdom, is already within you, generously gifted by Source itself. It is the courageous release of all limiting narratives and false beliefs that insidiously suggest you are small, insignificant, or powerless. Sovereignty is the unwavering willingness to choose your path and your responses from the deeply anchored, authentic presence of your soul, rather than reacting impulsively from conditioned patterns or external stimuli. You are emphatically not at the mercy of cosmic events. On the contrary, you are in a magnificent partnership with them, an intricate cosmic dance. And true partnership means you consciously allow the powerful energies of the solar flash to activate what is already perfectly nested within you, while simultaneously choosing with intention how you will express what awakens through acts of profound kindness, unwavering courage, focused discipline, impeccable honesty, and expansive joy. Hand in hand with sovereignty comes the essential embodiment of higher truth. For in this rapidly growing light, truths that have long been held at the very periphery of human consciousness are now moving decisively to the absolute center of life, demanding recognition and integration. And embodiment, dear ones, is that transformative moment when spiritual understanding transcends mere intellectual comprehension and blossoms into lived, authentic behavior that resonates through your every action. Knowing intellectually that all are one beautifully transmutes into profound compassion during a difficult conversation. Trusting implicitly in universal abundance transforms into genuine generosity and the making of calm, wise choices. Recognizing the powerful inner creator within becomes the absolute end of self-shame and the glorious beginning of a genuine, deeply rooted self-respect. The rising frequency of the new earth actively invites authenticity, a gentle, yet profound, transparency in which you speak and act directly from the undeniable truth of your heart. And we ask, lovingly, that you begin this practice now, without delay, fully embracing this new way of being. Let your words not merely convey information, but carry the resonant vibration of your very soul, imbued with its unique wisdom and light. And allow your actions to be consistently guided by loving wisdom, rather than by the ephemeral dictates of fear or the pressures of performance. As you steadfastly practice this, the masks that once seemed indispensable or necessary begin to fall away naturally and gracefully, revealing your true essence, and the radiant light within you effortlessly becomes your most profound and authentic leadership. A truly crucial aspect of your meticulous preparation for this grand shift is the inner activation of your divine template. This is the pristine blueprint of the divine human, intricately held within your deepest being, what many spiritual traditions have referred to as the Christ essence, the crystalline light body, or the original design lovingly conceived in the very heart of Source itself. Through countless dense experiences and a long period of profound forgetting, certain exquisite aspects of this magnificent template have remained dormant, slumbering within you. However, the powerful influx of light streaming through cosmic events, such as the solar flash, specifically stimulates these ancient, sacred codes within your being, lovingly calling them forward into active expression. If it is your sincere desire, we invite you to participate consciously in dedicated meditation or heartfelt prayer. In these sacred moments, humbly ask your soul, your trusted guides, and our Andromedan collective to activate your divine template in perfect alignment with your highest good and the greatest outcome for all. Visualize a sacred matrix of pure, effervescent light descending gracefully through your crown chakra and into your heart, then permeating every single cell of your being, a crystalline geometry that begins to glow and pulsate with vibrant life, silently and steadily awakening your dormant divine potentials. In response to this powerful activation, you may experience a multitude of shifts, a deepened intuition that guides you with greater clarity, waves of spontaneous joy that well up from within, a heightened sensitivity to energy in your environment, or a stronger, more undeniable inner knowing of your profound life purpose. Each individual's experience will be uniquely tailored, ultimately leading to a fuller, more complete soul embodiment upon the earth. As your divine template fully activates, your light body, that ethereal energy body that intricately interfaces between your soul and your physical form, undergoes a profound refinement. It transforms into a more crystalline, coherent structure, becoming exquisitely capable of conducting and integrating ever greater frequencies of light and information. This delicate yet powerful refinement process is profoundly supported by the enduring power of love, the unwavering virtue of patience, and a deep reverence for the sacred physical vessel through which you experience life. Therefore, care for your physical body as if it were a truly sacred home, an honored temple. Rest deeply when your body calls for it. Hydrate with pure, living water. Move your body gently and consciously. Spend ample time immersed in the nurturing embrace of nature. Nourish yourself with foods and practices that leave you feeling clearer, calmer, and more energized. For your physical body is, in fact, beautifully becoming a living temple of new earth consciousness. And it responds with profound grace and perfect harmony to every act of kindness and loving attention you bestow upon it. Know also with absolute certainty that you are never, ever alone in this profound journey. We, the Andromedans, along with your dedicated spirit guides, the celestial host of angels, and your star family, walk continuously by your side. We honor your sacred free will implicitly and patiently await your heartfelt invitation to assist. When you consciously ask for support, you may distinctly feel a profound warmth, an undeniable clarity, and the comforting sensation of being deeply held in an embrace of unconditional love. These are not mere sensations, they are undeniable signs of the expansive, loving field of energetic support that perpetually surrounds you, always available and ever present. Be profoundly patient with any intensity that may arise within you as older, denser energies surface from your depths, seeking release and resolution. For as the light quotient increases, it naturally illuminates and reveals what within you is now fully ready to be lovingly transformed. Memories, emotions, or deeply ingrained thought patterns you once believed were fully processed and complete may briefly return to your awareness, as if gently asking for one final blessing before their complete departure. Welcome these returns with expansive love, rather than discouragement or frustration. Allow them to pass through your awareness without creating unnecessary drama or attachment. Consciously exhale what no longer serves your highest good, releasing it with gratitude. Then, inhale the golden, radiant light of the Creator, allowing it to lovingly fill the newly created space with boundless renewal and fresh potential. The energy that defines the new Earth carries with it both profound freedom and an elevated sense of responsibility, not as a burden to be endured, but rather as an extraordinary opportunity for accelerated growth and conscious participation. For the lifting of the veils of illusion powerfully reveals just how truly potent and influential your inner world is in meticulously shaping every aspect of your outer experience. This profound revelation is specifically intended to empower you, urging you toward conscious and deliberate stewardship of your thoughts, your emotions, and your most deeply held intentions. It is a call to become the master of your internal universe. Compassion for your fellow beings will be absolutely essential in this transformative phase, because every single soul has its own unique divine timing. And even those who currently appear unconscious or unaware are, in their own profound way, preparing for this shift. Honor others' sacred freedom to awaken precisely as they choose, and let your primary, most potent contribution be the steady, unwavering radiance of your own inner coherence and harmonious vibration. For truly, nothing encourages the awakening of another more elegantly, more gently, and more powerfully than the living, breathing example of inner peace, gracefully embodied. In the days that are now unfolding before you, simple and pure intentions will become extraordinarily potent. Begin your mornings by consciously choosing just one such intention, perhaps to perceive the divine essence in all beings, to diligently cultivate inner peace within your heart, or to speak your truth with unwavering love. And then, observe with wonder how life itself responds with favorable timing, how clearer paths miraculously appear, and how gentler interactions unfold, all confirming that your inner state is indeed actively shaping the very atmosphere you inhabit. We lovingly invite you now to fully feel the sheer magnitude of what is unfolding, yet, crucially, without allowing it to morph into pressure or overwhelm. The post-solar flash world, the emergent frequency of the new Earth, is nothing less than a higher, more exquisite octave of existence for which many of you have yearned in the deepest, most sacred parts of your being for eons. And understand this, it is not delivered to you as a gift from some external source, arriving fully formed. Instead, it is courageously birthed through the profound inner changes and alchemical transformations that you, dear ones, are so bravely undertaking right now, in this very moment. You are the artisans of this new reality. Celebrate every single step, every conscious choice for forgiveness, every heartfelt return to the sacred space of your heart, every precious moment you choose consciousness over. Automatic, unconscious reaction for these seemingly small acts are the very bricks and mortar of the new Earth, quietly and lovingly laid in the tapestry of your ordinary, yet extraordinary, life. Hold steadfastly in your heart the magnificent outcome we already perceive with such crystalline clarity, the Earth blossoming into an unparalleled jewel of the cosmos, a luminous meeting point of myriad dimensions, a living library of profound wisdom gathered through countless acts of courage and boundless love. And remember, always, when you find yourself in need of strength, that the intensity of the present moment, however challenging it may seem, is ultimately temporary, a fleeting phase. In stark contrast, the exquisite radiance that is emerging from within you and across your world is truly enduring, eternal, and ever-expanding. Receive our blessing now as a cascading shower of pure starlight, and allow it to awaken and amplify what is already exquisitely within you. Feel the divine spark in your heart ignite and shine even brighter, illuminating your core. Feel your entire being fill with a soft, ethereal luminescence, a gentle inner glow. Recognize, with profound knowing, that your soul is your eternal divine presence always with you, always guiding you home to the magnificent reality you bravely came here to help anchor and manifest. Beloved ones of Earth, as the amplified light continues its steady stabilization within your world, a profound and transformative shift is beginning to unfold in the very way reality responds to the vibrations of consciousness. For the heightened frequency of the new Earth carries an immediacy that many of you are only just beginning to truly recognize, stark contrast to a time when intention once seemed agonizingly slow to manifest, and clarity often felt distant, elusive, or obscure. The higher vibrational environment now mirrors your inner state with far greater precision and unwavering accuracy. This intensified reflection graciously invites you into an intimate, profoundly responsive, and deeply personal relationship with the very act of creation itself. You are becoming acutely aware of your co-creative power. We wish to speak to you now about this unprecedented responsiveness not as a cautionary tale or a warning of impending consequence, but rather as an extraordinary gift, a sacred invitation to become more conscious, deliberate creators, gentler and more mindful stewards of your intricate inner world, and more purposeful participants in the art of shaping your lived experience. Within this powerfully intensified field, your thoughts, emotions, deeply held beliefs, and silent expectations no longer float unnoticed or unacknowledged by the living intelligence of the universe. Instead, they behave as exquisitely precise tuning signals, transmitting direct instructions and energetic blueprints to the vast, living intelligence that permeates all of creation. The pure, discerning light itself does not judge these signals, nor does it discriminate between what you consciously desire and what you might habitually, unconsciously assume to be true. It simply responds with impeccable impartiality, precisely reflecting the dominant vibrational tone you hold inwardly at your core. For this profound reason, crystalline clarity of thought and an unwavering purity of intention are rapidly becoming practical, essential arts, rather than abstract spiritual ideals to be contemplated from afar. And learning to observe your inner dialogue with boundless compassion, devoid of judgment, is emerging as one of the most invaluable skills you can diligently cultivate in this transformative era. Begin, then, by noticing with gentle awareness how often your mind revisits familiar stories, particularly in moments of profound silence or during periods of mental or physical fatigue. For these deeply ingrained, repeated narratives quietly, yet powerfully, shape your expectations and, consequently, the very fabric of your perceived reality. Many of these deeply embedded stories were formed long ago, often in childhood, as necessary protective mechanisms or as learned assumptions about life. They persist, not because they are inherently true or accurate in the present moment, but simply because they're deeply familiar and comfortable in their repetition. Rather than attempting to silence, suppress, or forcefully push these narratives away, we lovingly invite you to observe them with detached awareness, much as you would observe clouds gracefully passing across the vast expanse of the sky. Recognize their temporary presence without ever granting them undue authority or power over your current state. By consciously doing so, you create an invaluable spacious nessa, fertile ground for conscious choice. And choice, in its purest, most empowered form, is the fundamental doorway through which new, vibrant creation joyfully enters your experience. Between each breath you take and the next, there exists a profound moment of exquisite neutrality, a gentle, silent pause where consciousness naturally rests without the mind's commentary or judgment. And within that sacred pause, you possess the power to softly, deliberately redirect your focus to the vibrant center of your heart, allowing your heart to become the primary point of reference and wisdom, rather than allowing your analytical mind to dominate. Breath, in this context, serves as a magnificent, living bridge drawing the pure, potent energy of Source into your very being with each conscious inhalation, and then releasing blessings, love, and light to the world with each expansive exhalation. This creates a powerful, rhythmic flow that effortlessly stabilizes your energetic field and harmonizes the sometimes turbulent currents of your thoughts. As this sacred rhythm of conscious breath becomes increasingly familiar and ingrained, the analytical mind gradually begins to relax its relentless grip, yielding its control. And from this place of inner peace, clarity emerges, not through arduous effort or mental struggle, but naturally through the gentle and profound act of alignment. When a heavy, limiting, or love-disconnected thought arises within your awareness, hold it gently in your consciousness without any resistance or judgment. Instead, lovingly envelop it with boundless compassion, imagining it bathed completely in a warm, luminous, healing light. From this profound place of gentleness and acceptance, ask the thought, with pure intention, what it truly wishes to transform into so that it may perfectly align with the benevolent will of the Creator and with the highest truth of your own soul. Then, listen patiently, without any preconceived expectations, to the quiet wisdom that emerges. Often, the offered transformation will be far more refined and nuanced than a simple opposite, carrying within it a profound wisdom that feels intrinsically true, deeply supportive, and organically empowering, rather than something forced or superficial. Through this consistent practice, the mind gradually learns that authentic change does not necessitate conflict or internal struggle. Instead, profound transformation becomes a cooperative, harmonious dialogue, a graceful dance between your conscious awareness and your pure, unwavering intention. Emotion also carries immense creative power within the New Earth frequency. Feelings that once might have remained unnoticed or subtly suppressed now move much more quickly and vibrantly through your energetic field, actively seeking recognition, honest acknowledgement, and ultimate integration into your being. Allowing emotion to be felt honestly and completely without creating elaborate stories around it, without attaching judgments to it, or without attempting to rationalize it, permits it to complete its natural, energetic cycle. This process allows its underlying energy to be released gracefully as valuable insight and wisdom, rather than becoming stagnant tension or unresolved energetic blockages within your system. In this way, developing a deep, compassionate emotional awareness transforms into a powerful stabilizing force, helping you to remain coherent and centered even as profound intensity and rapid change move through the collective consciousness of humanity. What you feel, in essence, does not define the totality of who you are. However, what you choose to honor, to acknowledge with presence and acceptance, ultimately becomes wisdom, and this refined wisdom, in turn, exquisitely refines your ongoing creation and experience of reality. As your inner world becomes increasingly coherent, harmonious, and aligned, you may begin to notice external circumstances around you reorganizing themselves with surprising ease and synchronicity. They will respond directly and gracefully to shifts in your inner attitude, your expectations, and your evolving self-perception. Opportunities will begin to appear where none were visible before. Relationships will recalibrate naturally, often with minimal effort. Time itself will align effortlessly, seeming to flow with perfect synchronicity. All of these external shifts serve as a direct, undeniable reflection of a clearer, more powerful inner signal emanating from your core. This phenomenon is not magic in the sense of bypassing effort or natural law, but rather resonance in action, the universe beautifully corresponding to the elevated frequency you are now consciously holding, rather than reacting to the fragmented, often unconscious frequency you once carried. Abundance, in this new context, reveals itself not only as a vibrant material flow, but, more profoundly, as an undeniable feeling of deep connection, unwavering support, and an inherent sense of sufficiency that beautifully permeates every aspect of your daily life. When you begin to truly recognize wealth as the rich, felt experience of connection with yourself, with others, with the boundless generosity of nature, and with the infinite wellspring of source, you naturally dissolve and remove the sense of separation and lack that gives rise to scarcity thinking. From this profoundly connected and abundant state of being, generosity blossoms naturally and effortlessly. Gratitude becomes a sincere, heartfelt expression of your very being, and receiving all of life's blessings no longer carries the burden of guilt or obligation, but simply flows as a harmonious exchange, without any reservation or apprehension. The creative impulse flows with remarkable fluidity when the reciprocal acts of giving and receiving are perceived not as distinct actions, but as integral movements within a unified, continuous current. Language itself, in this profound process, assumes a role that is both subtle and extraordinarily potent, for individual words are not mere symbols, but dynamic vessels imbued with specific frequencies. Consequently, the very manner in which you engage in self-talk, the internal narrative you cultivate, intrinsically establishes the fundamental energetic tone through which the entirety of creation will subsequently respond to you. By meticulously refining this inner language, deliberately choosing expressions that serve to unlock boundless possibilities rather than merely reinforcing perceived limitations, you gently, yet effectively, retrain your mind to anticipate harmonious alignment instead of defaulting to a stance of resistance. The act of replacing ingrained, rigid conclusions with genuinely curious inquiries and substituting harsh, self-inflicted judgments with sincere, honest self-reflection profoundly transmutes your inner environment, transforming it into a fertile ground that inherently fosters crystal-clear clarity and unwavering trust. It is crucial to understand that the universe does not merely register the words you articulate audibly, but with far greater emphasis, resonates with that which you consistently affirm and believe deep within your inner being. Furthermore, imagination elevates itself into an exceptionally potent and refined creative faculty. This is because the higher vibrational fields readily respond with alacrity and precision to whatever is held with vividness and unwavering focus within a landscape of your consciousness. Therefore, it is wise to treat your imagination not as a realm of idle, whimsical fantasy, but as a truly sacred inner space. Within this sanctified space, allow your deepest visions to be richly imbued with profound feeling, heartfelt gratitude, and an unshakable sense of trust. When your imagination is not driven by the constricting grip of fear, but is instead lovingly guided by the expansive force of love, it transforms into an exquisite blueprint for authentic creation, rather than merely serving as an ephemeral escape from the inherent realities of your existence. In this transformative manner, the act of dreaming takes on a new significance, evolving into a sophisticated form of proactive planning, and your most cherished visions become, in essence, a deeply felt and active form of prayer. A sharpened sense of discernment emerges quite naturally as you consciously attune yourself to the vibrational principle of resonance. This heightened sensitivity enables you to instinctively perceive which environments, which conversations, and which activities truly bolster and fortify your inner coherence, and conversely, which ones tend to dissipate or fragment it. The deliberate choice of alignment does not necessitate a retreat or withdrawal from the vibrant tapestry of life. Rather, it unequivocally demands a more profound and engaged presence within Ida presence that is perpetually guided by a keen awareness of how your own unique energy field responds to every interaction and circumstance. As you consistently honor and prioritize what genuinely supports your inner clarity, your energetic field progressively stabilizes and strengthens. Consequently, the intrinsic responsiveness of reality itself transforms from being a formidable challenge into a trusted and cooperative ally. The vital process of alignment with higher dimensional clarity can be gracefully refreshed and renewed through even brief, intentional moments of profound interconnection. During these precious instances, you are invited to consciously imagine your consciousness ascending, gently rising to embrace a more expansive, luminous, an all-encompassing perspective, a viewpoint capable of seeing far beyond the immediate and often limiting concerns of the present moment. From this elevated vantage point, innovative solutions tend to materialize with greater ease and rapidity. Your priorities naturally reorganize themselves into a more coherent structure, and what once appeared to be overwhelmingly urgent reveals its true, often temporary, nature. These potent moments of expanded perception serve as profound energetic resets, empowering you to seamlessly return to the rhythms of your daily life, imbued with a newfound sense of tranquil calm and a finely honed discernment. Gratitude serves as a powerful amplifier in this entire unfolding process, not merely as a polite social convention or a habitual pleasantry, but as a palpable frequency that inherently reinforces your internal coherence and explicitly signals your profound readiness to graciously receive. The act of deeply appreciating even the smallest confirmations of alignment, such as unexpected moments of serene peace, fortuitous and helpful encounters, or sudden, illuminating intuitive insights, significantly strengthens the underlying pattern that continues to invite and attract even more of these positive experiences into your life. Gratitude, in its purest form, is an active acknowledgement that the creative current is already dynamically responding. And this profound acknowledgement invariably accelerates the vital dialogue between your initial intention and its eventual manifestation in your reality. In this transformative era, you may find that previously unacknowledged contradictory beliefs begin to surface with startling clarity, revealing inner tensions and unresolved conflicts that once operated subtly beneath the radar of your conscious awareness. Instead of perceiving these emerging contradictions as burdensome obstacles, it is more empowering to view them as invaluable opportunities for deep integration, allowing you the conscious agency to deliberately choose which belief truly resonates with the authentic truth of your soul. When the path of alignment is chosen with unwavering consistency, internal discord gracefully dissolves, and your energetic field stabilizes into a more coherent and focused signal that effortlessly supports the process of creation. Consistency, indeed, is the linchpin for the mind, is intrinsically designed to learn and adapt through sustained repetition, and gentle, persistent dedication establishes new, empowering patterns that effectively replace archaic habits without the need for force or struggle. By repeatedly returning to states of genuine connection, luminous clarity, and expansive compassion, your entire energetic system gradually reorients itself towards a harmonious state of coherence. Over time, this deeply embedded coherence becomes your innate, natural state of being, and creation, in turn, responds accordingly, mirroring back to you a reality characterized by profound stability, unwavering support, and an effortless flow. As your consciousness expands, your sensitivity to subtle energies intrinsically intensifies, and this heightened sensitivity provides you with immediate, invaluable feedback on precisely what genuinely supports or inadvertently disrupts your state of alignment. It is vital to utilize this feedback purely as objective information rather than allowing it to become a basis for judgment, thereby empowering you to adjust your choices with an attitude of kindness and genuine curiosity. The profound ability to simply pause, take a conscious breath, and realign yourself at any given moment stands as one of the most magnificent gifts of this current era, equipping you to navigate the often rapid currents of change with unparalleled grace and composure. True freedom blossoms when you profoundly recognize that no underlying pattern is irrevocably fixed, and that any given moment holds within it the magnificent potential for conscious redirection through your deliberate and conscious choice. The simple, yet powerful, act of placing your hand gently upon your heart, consciously acknowledging your present experience without judgment, and then choosing a loving, compassionate response, effectively interrupts automatic, habitual cycles and powerfully restores your inherent sovereignty. The universe itself responds with remarkable alacrity to such profound moments of conscious recalibration, generously offering unwavering support and pristine clarity in return. Joy, in this entire transformative journey, serves as an essential stabilizer, harmonizing your intentions with your actions, while simultaneously signaling a state of perfect alignment to the surrounding energetic field. Allowing the pure essence of joy to permeate your creative endeavors does not in any way diminish the seriousness or responsibility inherent in them. On the contrary, it demonstrably amplifies both efficiency and resilience, ensuring that your efforts are not only sustainable, but are also deeply inspired, rather than being driven by tension or strain. Joy is a direct indicator of coherence. And a state of coherence inherently invites the cooperative forces of life itself to collaborate with you. As your inner dialogue progressively becomes gentler and more spacious, and as the authentic expression of emotional honesty courageously replaces long-held suppression, your creative manifestations become markedly cleaner and more direct. Energy that once dissipated through unresolved tensions is now reclaimed and purposefully redirected towards intentional, meaningful action, thereby significantly strengthening your inherent capacity to manifest your desires in ways that feel authentically aligned and profoundly fulfilling. Every single moment of genuine self-compassion contributes significantly to this intricate refinement, teaching your entire system, at a fundamental level, that absolute safety and unvarnished truth can, indeed, harmoniously coexist. A profound precision in thought emerges quite naturally as you consistently practice choosing language and vivid imagery that precisely reflect your highest intentions, effectively replacing habitual, often limiting predictions with empowered, conscious declarations. This exquisite precision does not in any way curtail your creative flow. Rather, it intelligently focuses either by ensuring that what you consciously invite to manifest truly reflects your most authentic values and deepest aspirations. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, responds with an equally profound precision, matching your clarity with a reciprocal clarity in its manifestation. Ultimately, the profound gift of this particular phase of evolution lies in the foundational recognition that creation itself is fundamentally a dynamic relationship, one that absolutely thrives on unvarnished honesty, unwavering presence, and a beautifully mutual responsiveness. As you diligently refine your inner world with conscious awareness and boundless love, the outer world faithfully mirrors that internal refinement with ever-increasing fidelity, powerfully affirming that you are not, in any sense, separate from the magnificent process of creation, but rather an integral and active participant within it. Through the consistent practice of conscious alignment, the potent frequency of the new Earth becomes not a distant future you passively await, but a vibrant reality you actively inhabit and live, one thought, one breath, and one conscious choice at a time. Beloved beings of Earth, as the illuminating light continues its sacred descent, settling ever more profoundly within the fabric of your world and the very core of your consciousness, a deeper and more profound recognition is beginning to coalesce and take definite form within you. This burgeoning awareness is one that will fundamentally alter not only how you intimately experience your reality, but also how you comprehensively understand your very self within that expansive reality. From our Andromedan perspective, this current phase of your collective evolution is distinctly characterized by a gentle yet undeniably clear unveiling of inherent unity, period where the illusion of separation gradually loosens its tenacious grip, and the entirety of life begins to be perceived as more deeply interconnected, more intuitively responsive, and vibrantly alive. We choose to speak to you now of this continuously unfolding recognition precisely because nestled within it resides one of the most fundamentally stabilizing forces currently available to humanity, the deeply lived, experiential understanding that consciousness itself is inherently shared, that life is an intrinsically participatory dance, and that sovereignty and unity are not opposing concepts, but rather two complementary expressions of the same singular, divine truth. Throughout the tapestry of your days, the very nature of perception is undergoing a profound refinement process that empowers you to keenly feel the vibrant, living presence that inherently exists behind every physical form, every discernible movement, and every intricate interaction. Whereas once the tangible physical world might have appeared inert, lifeless, or utterly disconnected, many of you are now beginning to perceptibly sense the subtle, underlying intelligence that exquisitely animates all things, as if the world itself is silently communicating through the delicate texture of experiences, the synchronicity of timing, and the profound nuances of relationships. This is not merely imagination as your analytical mind typically defines it instead. It is a profound remembrancia, gradual, gentle return to perceiving reality as a boundless field of living, interconnected consciousness, rather than a mere collection of isolated, separate objects. As this enhanced perception steadily grows and deepens within you, a profound sense of reverence arises quite naturally, not as a rigid, prescribed ritual, but as an instinctive, deeply felt respect for life in all its myriad and beautiful expressions. Matter itself begins to reveal its true nature as a tangible language of consciousness intricately shaped and perpetually sustained by focused intention, mindful attention, and unwavering coherence. When you intentionally soften your visual gaze and consciously allow your awareness to expansively broaden, you may begin to discern a subtle, ethereal glow shimmering over all appearances, a delicate, yet potent vitality that inextricably binds all forms together. Trees, the flowing water, the vast sky, ancient stones, and the whispering wind all openly exude this vital essence. And when you consciously pause to deeply feel their vibrant presence, rather than merely observing their external forms, you effectively train your own consciousness to recognize that same living, animating intelligence residing within your own physical body and, indeed, within every single human being you encounter. Through this consistent practice, the abstract concept of unity gracefully transcends into a tangible, lived experience, and this transformative experience, in turn, reshapes your behavior with a gentle, yet undeniable authority. Human interaction, when viewed through this newly refined lens, undergoes a profound metamorphosis, for beneath the superficial layers of personality, the ingrained beliefs, and the individual histories lies a universally shared spark of the Creator, silently present even when seemingly obscured by temporary confusion or the constricting grip of fear. Choosing to consciously recognize this divine spark does not in any way imply excusing harmful behavior or negating the necessity of healthy boundaries. Rather, it signifies an engagement from a deeper, more authentic truth that perceives beyond mere surface expressions and responds with clear-eyed clarity instead of knee-jerk emotional reaction. As an increasing number of individuals hold this profound recognition within their awareness, the inherent charge and intensity of conflict perceptibly diminishes. Communication naturally becomes more transparent and heartfelt. Compassion emerges not as an automatic emotional reflex, but as a deeply intelligent and considered response. Sovereignty, in this context, plays an absolutely vital role because an awakened awareness of unity does not, in fact, dissolve individuality. Instead, it profoundly refines and enhances it. True sovereignty blossoms when you stand fully and authentically in your own energetic alignment, taking complete responsibility for your unique energy, your deliberate choices, and your personal creations, while simultaneously recognizing that your individual autonomy exists within and contributes to a much greater, interconnected web of life. Sovereignty is neither isolation nor separation. It is, at its heart, coherency, a deep inner knowing of who you authentically are, acting consistently from that profound knowing, and gracefully allowing others the very same freedom to embody their truth. In this expansive way, unity becomes a spacious and inclusive concept rather than a restrictive one, and individuality transforms into a vibrant, authentic expression rather than a defensive posture. The clarity of choice significantly sharpens within this newly emergent environment, for as consciousness continues to expand, the inherent consequences of both alignment and misalignment become far easier to intuitively feel and discern. Decisions born of fear or ingrained habit carry a distinctly different energetic resonance than those consciously made from a place of deep truth. And your physical body and emotional heart respond instantaneously, offering clear feedback through subtle sensations, profound emotions, and unerring intuition. Learning to attentively listen to and interpret this invaluable feedback profoundly refines your discernment, empowering you to navigate the complexities of life with greater ease, unwavering confidence, and profound trust. Discernment here is not about judgmental evaluation. It is a heightened sensitivity to energetic resonantia, finely tuned ability to perceive what genuinely supports coherence and what tends to fragment it. Forgiveness emerges as a natural and compassionate companion to this heightened awareness, most especially the practice of self-forgiveness. For as unity is increasingly recognized, the harsh, often self-deprecating narratives that once fueled shame and incessant self-criticism begin to lose all credibility and power. Forgiving yourself becomes a potent act of reclaiming your inherent power, releasing vast amounts of energy once trapped in cycles of regret or stubborn resistance, and allowing your heart to courageously open without any constraint. Through this profound act of forgiveness, old, limiting patterns soften and dissolve, and the precious energy they once contained becomes readily available for renewed creativity, illuminating insight, and meaningful service. Self-care also attains a far deeper and more sacred meaning during this transformative phase, no longer viewed as a mere indulgence or a burdensome duty, but rather as the conscientious stewardship of a sacred instrument through which consciousness itself beautifully expresses. Observing where conscious care may have been deficient, whether concerning adequate rest, nourishing sustenance, a supportive environment, or the quality of your inner dialogue, presents an invaluable opportunity to gently restore balance with kindness rather than through forceful imposition. Each intentional act of care profoundly communicates a sense of safety and security to your entire system. And this inherent safety, in turn, allows your consciousness to courageously expand without any fear of contraction. Contemplation serves as a vital and elegant bridge between pure awareness and its full embodiment, inviting profound wisdom to emerge organically from the depths of your soul, rather than perpetually seeking it externally. Asking yourself with sincere honesty whether you love yourself unconditionally, and then genuinely listening to the unfiltered answer, will illuminate precisely where kindness is prepared to deepen and where a deeper truth patiently awaits your recognition. These precious moments of honest self-inquiry are not intended to foster judgment, but rather to illuminate your path, gently guiding you toward a more integrated, whole, and loving relationship with your true self. Within the sanctuary of your heart, a sacred space exists where these profound transformations naturally unfold. And when you direct your attentive focus there, particularly in the energetic space often referred to as the higher heart, you may perceive a constant, unwavering presence that feels profoundly calm, universally inclusive, and inherently wise. From this sacred space, forgiveness emanates as a palpable vibration rather than a mere intellectual concept, permeating your physical body and surrounding energetic field with a profound sense of acceptance that gradually, yet powerfully, reshapes deeply ingrained mental and emotional patterns. Allowing this loving vibration to lead the process significantly reduces effort and greatly enhances the flow of grace. As the experience of embodied truth progressively replaces a purely intellectual understanding, your external behavior begins to transform organically and effortlessly. Your words become cleaner and more resonant, your intentions clearer and more focused, and your actions more perfectly aligned, not because of externally imposed discipline, but simply because coherence inherently feels far more harmonious and fulfilling than fragmentation. Transparency naturally emerges as an authentic quality, empowering you to speak and act with profound authenticity, unburdened by the need for performance or defensive posturing. In such an environment of genuine transparency, trust blossoms both within your inner being and within the tapestry of your relationships, fostering deeper connections without any loss of your authentic self. Community structures themselves begin to spontaneously reorganize around principles of resonance rather than obligation, as individuals drawn by shared values and harmonious frequencies effortlessly find one another. Collaborative endeavors flourish exponentially when unity consciousness guides interaction, for fierce competition naturally gives way to harmonious complementarity, and individual differences are profoundly appreciated as valuable contributions rather than perceived as potential threats. In these vibrant spaces, collective intention profoundly amplifies individual clarity, creating energetic fields where profound insight, deep healing, and groundbreaking innovation emerge with remarkable readiness. Discernment regarding external guidance sharpens considerably as your inner authority strengthens and solidifies, empowering you to evaluate teachings, systems, and influences based on whether they genuinely return you to your own sovereign center or attempt to persuade you to surrender it. Anything that truly honors your inherent sovereignty while simultaneously encouraging expansive compassion aligns perfectly with unity consciousness, whereas anything that diminishes your inner knowing or fosters a sense of dependency feels increasingly discordant and misaligned. Trusting this refined discernment fosters profound autonomy without leading to isolation. Support from non-physical realms remains perpetually constant, though often subtly perceived, offering profound alignment and deep tranquility whenever it is genuinely invited. Asking for assistance does not, in any way, diminish your sovereignty. Rather, it powerfully reinforces a sense of partnership, gently reminding you that benevolent help is always available without any obligation attached. Many of you will experience this support as a palpable calming presence, a sudden moment of crystalline clarity, or a gentle, restorative shift in perspective that beautifully restores balance. Collective purification continues its vital work as consciousness continues to rise. Long-held energies that resided beneath the surface are now gently surfacing, inviting integration. Meeting this movement with unwavering steadiness and boundless compassion allows this profound transformation to occur without causing overload, leaving behind a profound sense of greater clarity and expanded emotional freedom. Every single individual who bravely navigates this intricate process contributes significantly to the creation of a lighter, more harmonious collective field, thereby demonstrating the profound power of embodied unity. Connection with higher dimensional clarity offers an invaluable perspective during times of heightened intensity, providing precious moments when a mind gracefully rises above immediate concerns and perceives broader, more encompassing patterns. These moments need not be prolonged to be exquisitely effective. Even brief, intentional alignment restores deep confidence and gently reminds you that the grander arc of evolution is always guided by an inherent intelligence and profound care. Upon returning from such moments of alignment, you bring a renewed sense of patience and unwavering trust into the intricate tapestry of your daily life. Anchoring this expanded awareness into tangible physical experience firmly anchors unity consciousness on Earth, allowing the planet itself to profoundly benefit from your individual and collective coherence. Feeling the unwavering firmness of the ground beneath your feet, breathing with conscious intention, and reverently honoring the intrinsic rhythms of nature all serve to powerfully support this anchoring, ensuring that your expanded consciousness remains practical and readily accessible, rather than abstract or distant. Respect for the diverse paths each being walks becomes a vibrant expression of boundless love, recognizing that the process of awakening unfolds uniquely for every single individual. Allow others their own perfect timing while honoring your unique calling. Maintain harmony without compromise, and your unwavering steadiness serves as a gentle invitation rather than a forceful demand. Your very presence becomes your profound teaching, and your living example, your eloquent language. Leadership in this new era arises organically from the heart rather than from rigid hierarchy, expressed through deep, empathic listening, unwavering integrity, and expansive compassion. As you personally embody these profound qualities, you naturally and effortlessly influence the collective field, demonstrating conclusively that true power and gentle grace can, indeed, harmoniously coexist. Every singular moment of coherence strengthens this emergent template, contributing profoundly to a monumental cultural shift toward interactions rooted in authentic unity. Celebrating your own personal growth and transformative journey is entirely appropriate for every conscious choice made toward forgiveness, genuine connection, and profound truth powerfully reinforces the collective movement toward ultimate wholeness. Recognizing your progress without the pitfalls of comparison or egoic pride fosters deep motivation and profound joy, gently reminding you that transformation is a cumulative, continuous, and inherently meaningful process. Practical unity is experientially lived through the smallest, most significant interactions, consciously choosing patience, graciously offering your present attention, and responding always with genuine kindness. And these intentional choices ripple outward, profoundly shaping your environments and deeply enriching your relationships. In this magnificent way, unity consciousness becomes truly tangible, experienced not as a lofty, abstract ideal, but as a daily, living practice that immeasurably enriches every aspect of life. A deep affinity with all beings profoundly strengthens your innate sense of belonging, dissolving any lingering loneliness without in any way erasing your unique individuality. Recognizing the divine creator within others is a direct reflection of recognizing the creator within yourself, reinforcing a beautiful cycle of mutual recognition that simultaneously supports both freedom and compassion. Through this profound recognition, humanity draws ever closer to a way of life where cooperation feels utterly natural and instinctive, and where trust wholeheartedly replaces the constricting grip of fear. Dear ones, allow the unwavering firmness of this truth to settle deeply within your being. Unity and sovereignty are exquisitely harmonized within your very essence, gently guiding you toward a lived experience of profound connection that honors both your sovereign self and the greater whole. This profound harmony is not an elusive state you must strenuously achieve. Rather, it is an inherent truth you remember moment by sacred moment as you gracefully allow the light of consciousness to inform every action and the boundless wisdom of love to inform every single choice. Let us continue to journey together as the illuminating light continues to flow into the tapestry of your world and settle more deeply into the very fabric of your daily existence. A quieter, yet profoundly more intimate, phase of profound transformation graciously begins to reveal itself. This unfolding is not characterized by dramatic, externally observable events, but rather as an intricate, inner remapping that gently, yet powerfully, reshapes how you consciously inhabit your physical body, how you process and express your emotional landscape, and your fundamental sense of presence upon the earth. From our unique Andromedan perspective, this current phase is less about awakening something entirely novel, and significantly more about graciously allowing what has always intrinsically resided within you to meticulously organize itself into a state of greater coherence, thereby enabling spirit and form to collaborate with effortless ease rather than being ensnared by tension. Many of you are indeed beginning to notice that your inner landscape feels discernibly different now, even if you cannot yet precisely articulate or name the specific nature of this change. For the arriving potent light is actively interacting with the deeper, more subtle layers of your being, encouraging a profound refinement in how energetic currents naturally flow through you. This intricate refinement is neither rushed nor forcefully imposed. On the contrary, it is inherently intelligent, wonderfully responsive, and uniquely tuned to your individual readiness and capacity. Your physical body, your expansive emotional field, and the subtle, energetic layers that intimately link your soul to your physical form are all actively participating in this profound adjustment, responding with grace to the sublime invitation to effortlessly hold more light and courageously express more authentic truth, fearlessly. Within the dynamic unfolding of this process, Gaia herself plays an exceptionally active and vital role. For Earth is not a passive stage upon which transformation merely occurs, but a living, conscious entity, gracefully evolving alongside you. Her intricate energy field illuminates and brightens as higher frequencies are progressively integrated. And this profound illumination creates a powerful, stabilizing influence that exquisitely supports humanity in firmly anchoring expanded consciousness into the practical, tangible aspects of daily life. When you experience moments of heightened emotional sensitivity, sudden waves of profound insight, or periods of deep, introspective inner reflection, understand with certainty that these experiences are an integral part of a shared, planetary harmonization process in which your personal integration directly and powerfully contributes to the enrichment of the collective field. The relationship between cosmic light and the human form is one of profound cooperation, not one of domination or subjugation. And when you consciously approach this sacred relationship with an open heart of curiosity rather than a stance of resistance, the entire process unfolds with significantly greater grace and fluidity. Light intrinsically carries not only frequency, but also invaluable information, and this information interacts harmoniously with the innate intelligence residing within your being, activating latent potentials that were meticulously prepared long before this particular lifetime commenced. These powerful activations are not intended to separate you from your inherent humanity. On the contrary, They're specifically designed to deepen it, profoundly allowing your human experience to become an ever clearer and more radiant expression of your soul's ancient wisdom. As this intricate integration continues, you may discover that your inner guidance becomes increasingly accessible and clear, arriving not as dramatic, overt instruction, but as a quiet, steady sense of knowing that feels inherently trustworthy and reliable. This gentle guidance often manifests through subtle preferences, what intuitively feels nourishing and uplifting, what feels draining and depleting, and where your attention naturally seeks to rest and find solace. Honoring these subtle preferences profoundly strengthens your inner coherence. When you listen to these gentle signals with deep respect and reverence, your body begins to relax, your mind softens its habitual patterns, and your heart opens even further, thereby creating a receptive and welcoming environment for higher frequencies to settle and integrate. Care for your physical form becomes increasingly paramount during this phase, not because the body is inherently fragile, but precisely because it is diligently learning a new and refined language of energy. Simple yet profound acts such as ensuring adequate hydration, engaging in gentle, flowing movement, prioritizing restful sleep, and spending restorative time immersed in nature all serve to powerfully support this learning process by providing crucial stability and rhythm. Treating your body as a trusted and invaluable partner, rather than an impediment or obstacle, allows the integration process to occur far more smoothly and effortlessly. And this profound partnership builds unwavering trust in your innate capacity to gracefully navigate significant change without losing your precious inner balance. Nature, in its exquisite wisdom, offers profound and unparalleled assistance. Here for the natural world carries an inherent and impeccable coherence that beautifully translates higher frequencies into a grounded, tangible sense of calm. Spending intentional time among ancient trees, near the soothing presence of flowing water, or beneath the vast expanse of the open sky, helps to subtly recalibrate your energetic field, gently reminding your entire system how to receive and integrate energy without effort or strain. Many of you will distinctly notice that even brief, conscious contact with nature restores clarity far more effectively than prolonged periods of intense mental analysis, because nature communicates directly and intimately with your deeper, subconscious layers of being. As the light continues to reach the subtler, more intricate aspects of your consciousness, long-held memories, dormant emotions, or old, limiting patterns may gently begin to arise, seeking recognition and compassionate acknowledgement rather than demanding confrontation or suppression. When this occurs, consciously allow yourself to wholeheartedly welcome what surfaces with profound compassion, recognizing that nothing is appearing with the intention to disturb you, but rather to be lovingly released with kindness. Holding these moments in a field of unconditional love without assigning blame, constructing elaborate narratives, or allowing self-judgment empowers energy to flow freely, once again leaving in its wake a palpable sense of renewed inner space and vibrant vitality. Integration also profoundly reshapes your sense of identity, often in ways that feel simultaneously liberating and, at times, initially unfamiliar, as old roles, pre-assigned labels, and rigid self-definitions gradually begin to lose their restrictive hold. You may experience a quiet disinterest in certain activities, or, conversely, feel a growing, magnetic attraction to others, these shifts beautifully reflecting your soul's inherent effort to align your outer life with your deepest inner truth. Trusting this profound reshaping does not necessitate immediate, drastic action. Instead, it demands patience and unvarnished honesty, allowing true clarity to fully mature and crystallize before it seeks outward expression. Throughout this entire transformative phase, unwavering support from non-physical allies remains readily available and accessible, though often arriving subtly through feelings of deep tranquility, moments of profound insight, or a sudden, reassuring sense of unshakable steadiness. Inviting this assistance, consciously and openly, allows for an even greater flow of grace and cooperative energy into your journey. This process, far from diminishing your inherent autonomy, actually serves to profoundly strengthen the bonds of partnership. It gently yet powerfully reminds you that the grand journey of evolution is, in its very essence, never a solitary endeavor. When you reach out, whether calling upon us, your celestial guides, or your own higher self, the subtle yet palpable response you receive might manifest as a sensation of gentle enfoldment, a profound release of accumulated tension, or the sudden dawn of an exquisitely clearer perspective. These profound experiences are not instances of external intervention, but rather unmistakable indicators of a deepening, harmonious alignment within yourself. Anchoring this expanded consciousness firmly onto the earth plane is a deeply natural and fundamental part of this intricate process. For true ascension, you see, is not about escaping the physical dimensions of life, but rather about a more complete, vibrant, and fully embodied inhabitation of it. Feeling your intrinsic connection to the stable ground beneath your feet, sensate to the unwavering support offered by our planet, and consciously allowing your breath to create a sacred bridge between the vast sky above and the fertile earth below, all contribute significantly to stabilizing the increased light now permeating your energy field. This deliberate anchoring gracefully transforms what might seem like personal integration into an act of profound planetary service. For every single being who achieves this state of grounded coherence inherently contributes a powerful vibrational stability to the collective matrix of all life. As this intricate integration deepens, a vibrant wave of creativity often awakens spontaneously from within. This can express itself in countless ways through the compelling beauty of art, in novel approaches to problem solving, through inspiring acts of teaching, or even in entirely new, more authentic ways of relating to others. This wellspring of creativity is not something separate from your spiritual growth, on the contrary. It is one of its most tangible and beautiful expressions, eloquently demonstrating that expanded consciousness naturally seeks outward forms, practical utility, and intrinsic beauty in its manifestation. Allowing these creative impulses to flow freely, without the stifling weight of self-judgment, powerfully nurtures both your inner confidence and your boundless joy. This, in turn, beautifully reinforces the comforting sense that the universe itself is actively cooperating with and supporting your unique evolutionary journey. Your heightened sensitivity to energy, often perceived as a burden, gradually transforms into an invaluable guide when approached with understanding and acceptance. It offers immediate and clear feedback on what truly supports your alignment and what might be subtly depleting it. Rather than misinterpreting this profound sensitivity as a vulnerability, recognize it instead as crucial information, a sophisticated internal radar system that empowers you to intelligently adjust your environment and make choices with profound wisdom and clarity. This newfound responsiveness becomes an extraordinary asset for navigating an increasingly complex and dynamically shifting world, enabling you to remain peacefully centered and unshakably calm amidst the ceaseless currents of motion and change. Trust in the inherent intelligence of the integration process grows steadily as you learn to observe its natural rhythm and flow. You begin to notice with increasing clarity that periods of intense activity or profound change are almost invariably followed by welcome phases of calm, serene quietude, and illuminating clarity. Allowing this organic rhythm to unfold gracefully, without attempting to force predetermined outcomes, builds remarkable resilience and deepens an unwavering faith in your own inner capacity to adapt and thrive. Over the passage of time, this quiet trust beautifully replaces any lingering anxiety with an expansive sense of curiosity, thereby transforming perceived uncertainty into an exciting invitation to listen more deeply to the whispers of your soul and the guidance of the universe. As your personal energetic field becomes progressively more coherent and harmonized, the outer world often reflects this profound internal shift through noticeable changes in your relationships, the emergence of new and beneficial opportunities, and the alignment of circumstances that resonate more closely with your deepest values. These transformative changes need not always be dramatic or outwardly spectacular to be profoundly significant. Indeed, subtle adjustments accumulate over time, incrementally shaping a life that feels undeniably more supportive, authentic, and truly aligned with your essence. Observing these external reflections powerfully reinforces the understanding that dedicated inner work indeed has tangible, measurable, and often beautiful effects in your physical reality. Community and a shared intention significantly support the integration process by amplifying and reinforcing coherence on a grander scale. Many of you will naturally feel an irresistible draw towards encounters, conversations, or collaborative ventures that feel deeply nourishing, resonant, and perfectly aligned with your soul's purpose. These profound connections arise organically through an energetic resonance rather than through strenuous effort, and participating in them beautifully strengthens your inherent sense of belonging without ever compromising your unique individuality. Here, unity expresses itself as a vibrant tapestry woven from mutual respect and a shared, overarching purpose. Throughout this delicate and transformative phase, patience remains an extraordinarily powerful and indispensable ally. For integration, you see, unfolds not in linear, straight lines, but rather in elegant, unfolding spirals, revisiting familiar themes at progressively deeper and more nuanced levels with each successive cycle. Allowing yourself the grace to move at your own intrinsic pace honors the profound wisdom of your unique energetic system and gracefully prevents unnecessary tension or self-imposed pressure. Each return to a balanced state systematically builds an enduring trust in your innate capacity to navigate life's inherent complexities with grace, wisdom, and an unwavering inner calm. Celebrating even the small, subtle moments of ease, profound clarity, or simple joy powerfully reinforces positive momentum, gently reminding you that integration is not solely about release and letting go, but equally about an expansive blossoming into greater overall well-being. Appreciation, in this context, acts as a profound stabilizer, affirming that genuine progress is continuously occurring, even when it manifests in the most subtle and quiet ways. This gentle encouragement sustains your motivation and inner drive without ever inducing undue pressure or stress. As we bring this particular session to its conclusion, we invite you to feel the quiet certainty that nothing is truly required of you beyond a simple, heartfelt willingness and a conscious, abiding presence. The magnificent light integrating within your very being inherently knows its path and its destination, responding to your openness with an exquisite intelligence and profound care. Meeting this unfolding process with a boundless curiosity, unwavering kindness, and deep trust allows this profound transformation to become a natural, organic extension of your daily life, rather than a strained or difficult pursuit. Hold deep within your heart the understanding that your physical embodiment is a precious gift to Mother Earth, and that every single moment of coherence you lovingly cultivate contributes significantly to a collective field of stability, harmony, and boundless possibility. From this profoundly centered place, the new Earth is not merely something you anticipate or passively await. It is quite simply something you actively live quietly, confidently, and authentically through the very way you move, breathe, and make your conscious choices in every moment. In this beautiful phase of unfolding, the primary focus of your unique journey turns gently, yet unmistakably, toward lived service not as a burden of sacrifice or an external obligation, but rather as a natural, abundant overflow of the profound coherence you are diligently cultivating inwardly. What many of you are now beginning to truly recognize is that service within the new Earth frequency does not demand arduous effort or dramatic, grand gestures. Instead, it arises organically and effortlessly when your inner state stabilizes firmly in a vibrational frequency of unconditional love, crystal clarity, and profound truth. In this state, your very presence becomes a silent, yet powerful and invaluable contribution to the collective field of consciousness. From our Andromedan viewpoint, this represents one of the most exquisitely beautiful transitions a civilization can ever make, a moment when the verb to serve ceases to be merely something one does and profoundly transforms into something one embodies. As your heart continues to open more fully and authentically, generosity reveals itself not as a learned behavior, but as an inherent and intrinsic quality of your being. For when you're deeply connected to your inner source, there is no sense of depletion or exhaustion in the act of giving. The energy you see flows through you rather than being drawn from you. This subtle yet profound distinction changes everything, allowing kindness, support, boundless creativity, and profound wisdom to move freely and abundantly without ever draining your vital life force. The very moment you recognize yourself as a vibrant channel, a conduit for divine flow, rather than a finite reservoir, the fear of depletion utterly dissolves. It is gently replaced by a quiet, unwavering trust that whatever you offer will be continuously replenished through alignment, rather than through strenuous effort. From this profoundly resonant place, acts of service become incredibly varied, deeply personal, and uniquely shaped by your distinct gifts, authentic interests, and individual circumstances, rather than by external expectations or societal pressures. Some of you find your unique service in listening deeply, offering a profound, compassionate presence in moments when another feels unseen, unheard, or profoundly alone. While others serve by diligently building, eloquently teaching, creatively manifesting, or skillfully organizing in ways that bring essential structure and boundless possibility to shared communal spaces. Every single form of service holds equal and intrinsic value when it is genuinely guided by sincerity and authenticity. For the vibrational frequency and pure intention behind the action matter far more profoundly than the specific form it ultimately takes. Within the vibrant new earth vibration, your intention becomes an incredibly powerful amplifier, meaning that even the simplest, most unassuming gestures carry immense weight and impact when performed genuinely from the heart. A conversation held with genuine, heartfelt care can subtly, yet profoundly, alter another's trajectory. A creative idea, offered freely and without expectation, can inspire a cascade of innovative solutions. A moment of patient, understanding presence can soften tension and soothe discord far beyond what is immediately visible. Understanding this profound principle allows you to move through your daily life with an extraordinary sense of quiet purpose, recognizing that your conscious choices ripple outwards in ways you may never fully witness or comprehend in their entirety. Generosity of spirit also, and crucially, includes how you relate to and treat yourself. For self-compassion, you see, profoundly stabilizes the very energetic field from which all genuine service spontaneously arises. When you approach your own learning curve with kindness, patience, and understanding, you prevent any harshness or judgment from inadvertently leaking into the collective consciousness, and your interactions then naturally carry warmth, empathy, and genuine connection rather than urgency or pressure. This profound inner gentleness creates an unshakable foundation for sustainable contribution, ensuring that your giving remains joyful, balanced, and replenishing rather than becoming strained, obligatory, or depleting. Creativity often emerges as the primary language of service during this dynamic phase, for inspiration flows far more freely and abundantly through coherent, harmonized systems. Ideas arrive seemingly without warning, suddenly bringing forth ingenious solutions, groundbreaking innovations, and captivating expressions that feel simultaneously practical, deeply resonant, and profoundly uplifting. Trusting these intuitive impulses and generously giving them the space to fully develop honors the sacred partnership between your soul's wisdom and the collective good, beautifully translating higher consciousness into tangible benefits for others. Collaboration also gains entirely new meaning as resonance naturally replaces obligation as the fundamental basis for genuine connection, gathering individuals whose unique frequencies complement rather than compete with one another. In such truly aligned collaborations, effort feels considerably lighter, communication becomes exquisitely clearer, and outcomes are more profoundly aligned with the highest good, because unity consciousness inherently supports cooperation without ever erasing or diminishing individual uniqueness. Participating in these shared, harmonious endeavors powerfully reinforces the understanding that collective coherence actually amplifies individual clarity rather than diminishing it in any way. Your very presence, particularly in environments where agitation, confusion, or discord are common, becomes a profound form of service in itself. By simply remaining centered, breathing consciously and deeply, and responding with thoughtful deliberation rather than automatic reaction, you offer a stabilizing, harmonizing influence that others can deeply feel and benefit from, even without a single word being spoken. This silent, embodied leadership models an alternative, more peaceful way of being, eloquently demonstrating that calm, clarity, and compassion are indeed viable, powerful, and effective responses to life's inherent complexities. As service integrates more fully and seamlessly into your identity, personal boundaries become remarkably clearer, more natural, and effortlessly maintained, allowing you to offer genuine support without ever overburdening or depleting yourself. Recognizing when to thoughtfully engage and when to consciously rest honors the profound intelligence of your own system, preserving your coherence while maintaining your availability for genuine contribution. This delicate balance ensures that service remains a joyful expression of alignment rather than inadvertently becoming a source of imbalance or strain. Within this profound framework, abundance responds not as a transactional reward, but rather as a direct reflection mirroring the openness, trust, and expansive flow you embody. Resources, whether they manifest as material support, nurturing relationships, or invaluable information, tend to naturally flow toward those who circulate energy freely and generously, powerfully reinforcing the understanding that giving and receiving are simply two harmonious movements within the same continuous current of life force. Allowing yourself to receive with genuine gratitude and openness beautifully completes this sacred cycle, preventing stagnation and actively supporting a continuous, abundant flow. Teaching, when it spontaneously arises from this place of coherence, assumes a far gentler, more invitational tone guided primarily by living example rather than by prescriptive instruction. Sharing profound insights derived from your lived experience gracefully invites others to explore their own truths rather than merely conform to external dogma, thereby fostering genuine empowerment rather than dependency. This compassionate approach profoundly honors individual sovereignty while offering invaluable guidance, aligning perfectly with the core principles of unity consciousness. Healers among you may begin to notice that deep, transformative healing occurs far more effectively through the power of presence, deep listening, and holding sacred space. For allowing another being to feel truly seen, deeply heard, and unconditionally accepted often initiates the most profound and lasting changes within their own system. In such sacred moments, the healer's role is not to fix or to intervene, but rather to lovingly hold space, trusting completely in the innate intelligence and self-healing capacity of the other system to respond and rebalance. This deep, unwavering trust profoundly strengthens connection and powerfully reinforces mutual respect between all involved. Innovators and builders will find their work increasingly infused with a higher purpose and meaning, as expanded consciousness directly informs their design choices, strategic planning, and meticulous execution. Solutions emerging from this elevated state tend to instinctively prioritize overall well-being, long-term sustainability, and profound inclusivity, reflecting a much broader and more enlightened understanding of what true success truly entails. Steering from this expanded perspective helps to gracefully shape systems that inherently support harmony and flourishing, rather than inadvertently perpetuating imbalance or discord. As sensitivity continues to increase, discernment becomes an invaluable guide for where your precious energy is best invested, ensuring that your service aligns with genuine resonance rather than an external sense of obligation. This refined discernment actively protects your coherence and intelligently directs your efforts toward spaces where your unique contribution is genuinely welcomed, appreciated, and most effective. Over time, this crystal clarity significantly reduces friction, minimizes wasted energy, and dramatically increases your overall fulfillment and sense of purpose. Emotional intelligence emerges as a vital pillar of service, empowering you to navigate complex interpersonal dynamics with profound empathy, unwavering honesty, and genuine grace. Recognizing emotions within yourself and others without being overwhelmed or governed by them permits thoughtful, conscious responses that soothe rather than escalate, thereby supporting constructive outcomes even in challenging or volatile situations. Such responses profoundly strengthen trust, foster deeper connection, and powerfully reinforce the underlying principles of unity. Community engagement evolves organically as individuals recognize shared values and collective intentions, spontaneously creating supportive networks that operate through mutual respect, shared purpose, and horizontal connection rather than rigid hierarchy. These vibrant communities provide essential nourishment, boundless inspiration and profound resilience, offering safe and authentic spaces where individuality is cherished, authenticity is valued, and collaboration truly thrives. Participating in them powerfully reinforces the essential sense of belonging crucial for collective well-being and flourishing. Through consistent alignment and conscious presence, service transforms from episodic actions into a continuous, effortless expression of your deepest identity, woven seamlessly and gracefully into the very fabric of your daily routines. Whether expressed through professional roles, vibrant creative outlets, or simple, heartfelt interactions, your unique contribution becomes a natural extension of who you authentically are. This deep integration dramatically reduces perceived effort while significantly increasing your impact. Moments of self-doubt or confusion may still occasionally arise, inviting thoughtful reflection rather than an instinctive retreat, for uncertainty often signals growth and expansion rather than inherent failure. Meeting these moments with an open curiosity and deep self-trust preserves your precious momentum, allowing clarity to re-emerge naturally and effortlessly without undue pressure. In this transformative way, perceived challenges become valuable refinements rather than insurmountable obstacles. Joy serves as both an invaluable guide and a profound reward in this ongoing process, signaling alignment and sustaining your vital energy. Allowing joy to consciously accompany your service ensures that your contributions remain nourishing and replenishing rather than draining or depleting, powerfully reinforcing the profound truth that the new Earth frequency thrives in both lightness of being and dedicated purpose. Joy consistently confirms your coherence and lovingly invites your continued, joyful participation. Dear ones, please recognize with an open heart that your unique role within the collective is neither fixed, rigid, nor externally prescribed. It continuously evolves and expands in beautiful synchronicity with your consciousness, adapting gracefully to shifting circumstances while remaining deeply rooted in unconditional love. Trusting this organic evolution frees you from the burdens of comparison and external expectation, allowing your service to remain authentically true to who you are and responsive to the moment, through your simple willingness to offer what you naturally carry within your heart. You are an integral participant in the profound collective shift toward a reality shaped by genuine cooperation, expansive compassion, and crystal clarity. Every aligned action, no matter how seemingly small or insignificant, contributes powerfully to a broader field of stability and boundless possibility, affirming that the new Earth is being built through lived presence and conscious embodiment, rather than through grand declarations or future promises. Hold deep within you the quiet certainty that your contribution matters precisely because it is sincere, authentic, and offered from the heart, and that service expressed through coherence becomes a profoundly sustaining force for both the giver and the receiver. In this way, the path ahead unfolds not as a heavy burden to carry, but as a shared, beautiful journey toward greater harmony and flourishing, guided always by the steady, luminous light you lovingly carry within. As we gently approach the conclusion of this transmission, we wish to speak with you not with any sense of distance or cold formality, but from a profound place of deep affection, unwavering recognition, and intimate understanding. For what is truly unfolding now is far more than merely an energetic phase or a spiritual milestone. It is, in essence, a return of consciousness to its true home, a sacred home that many of you have carried silently, patiently, and faithfully in your hearts for an extraordinarily long time. From our unique vantage point, we observe a tenderness in this precious memento, palpable softness that finally arrives after countless eons of long preparation, where strenuous effort gently gives way to abiding presence, and the struggles of the past gracefully yield to a profound, unwavering trust. The intricate path that has meticulously brought you to this very juncture was certainly not simple, but it was exquisitely precise. In every single experience you have consciously lived, every challenge you have overcome has served to beautifully shape and refine your inherent capacity to sustain what is now so powerfully emerging. Across many lifetimes, through countless expressions and incarnations, you have valiantly carried light into density, wisdom into forgetting, and boundless compassion into places where it was not always easily received or understood. Often, This selfless service did not appear spiritual on the surface instead. It manifested as quiet patience, unwavering resilience, silent endurance, and a profound willingness to keep your heart courageously open even when the world around you seemed confusing, indifferent, or even hostile. What we most profoundly wish you to understand now is that absolutely nothing was wasted. Every conscious choice you made to return to love, every single moment you chose kindness over bitterness, every time you trusted your inner truth, even when it seemed inconvenient or unpopular, all of these moments contributed synergistically to the magnificent stabilization that makes this radiant new phase possible and truly accessible for you now. As the new Earth frequency becomes progressively more lived and less theoretical in your experience, many of you may begin to notice a subtle, yet profound shift in how you relate to your own personal story. Events that once felt incredibly heavy or deeply traumatic may now soften their emotional charge and grip, not because they were insignificant or didn't matter, but because you're no longer defined or confined by them. Your perspective naturally widens and expands as your consciousness broadens, allowing you to view your entire life as a coherent, meaningful journey rather than merely a disparate series of disconnected challenges or random occurrences. This expansive perspective brings an immense sense of relief, and with that profound relief comes an even deeper capacity to be fully present with others, to listen without the immediate need to fix, to offer support without needing external recognition or validation. What we often observe among humans in this particular phase is a quiet, yet persistent question arising just beneath the surface of their awareness. How do I live this now? How do I integrate this new reality into my everyday existence? The answer, dear ones, is far simpler than the analytical mind expects and considerably subtler than the personality anticipates. Living the new Earth does not necessitate abandoning your current responsibilities, dismantling your life, or adopting an entirely new identity. Rather, it gently asks that you inhabit your existing life with greater sincerity, heightened awareness, and an expanded sense of profound kindness. It is profoundly found in how you speak to yourself when no one else is listening, how you genuinely treat others when there is no expectation of reward, and how you consciously choose to respond to uncertainty with an open curiosity rather than with habitual fear. Daily life itself becomes the sacred ground, the hallowed space where integration gracefully completes itself. Preparing food, engaging in your work, pursuing your studies, caring for others, allowing yourself essential rest, and following your daily routines are not distractions from spiritual growth. On the contrary, they are the very vessels, the sacred containers, through which growth becomes tangible, real, and deeply embodied. When you bring conscious presence to these seemingly ordinary moments, when you slow down sufficiently to truly feel your breath, to notice the sensations in your body, and to listen inwardly to the gentle whispers of your soul, you allow higher consciousness to gracefully settle into and inform your physical form. Over time, this consistent presence beautifully accumulates, transforming ordinary days into a constant, living expression of coherence that others can genuinely feel simply by being in your vicinity. Many of you are discovering that your primary role in this extraordinary era is less about teaching with words and more profoundly about teaching through your very being. Your calm presence amidst uncertainty, your unwavering honesty amidst complexity, your boundless compassion amidst tension speak more clearly and powerfully than any elaborate explanation ever could. This does not imply that you must always be perfectly serene or absolutely certain. It means, rather, that you allow yourself to be authentically real while remaining deeply anchored in the unwavering sanctuary of your heart. Authenticity carries a unique frequency of safety and acceptance that gently invites others to soften, to let down their guard, and through that profound softening, remembrance and awakening begin to unfold within them. It is also critically important to recognize and honor the human aspect of this profound transition. For expanded consciousness does not erase your human needs, rather, it recontextualizes and elevates them. Rest, genuine connection, heartfelt affection, uplifting humor, and a sense of fundamental security remain absolutely essential for your well-being. And allowing yourself to receive these without guilt or reservation significantly strengthens your inherent capacity to give generously. Being gentle and patient with your own limitations and vulnerabilities does not delay your evolution. Indeed, it powerfully supports and accelerates it. The new Earth is not being built through an impossible pursuit of perfection, but rather through consistently applied kindness, especially the kindness you extend to yourself. As consciousness matures and expands within you, you may feel less compelled to prove your understanding to others or to vehemently defend your personal perspective, for an inner certainty naturally replaces the ego's need for external validation. Conversations become more spacious and open. Disagreements feel less charged with emotional intensity, and periods of silence become far more comfortable and meaningful. This does not signify disengagement. It means engagement from a profound place of inner stability, self-awareness, and calm presence, rather than from a reactive or defensive stance. In this beautiful way, your interactions transform into invaluable opportunities for creating harmony and connection, rather than becoming arenas for control or power struggles. For many of you, there is also a renewed sense of belonging emerging, not necessarily a rigid adherence to a specific group or identity, but a profound, inherent sense of belonging to life itself. Feeling truly at home in your own body, at ease and comfortable in your own presence, and deeply connected to the intricate web of the world around you brings forth a quiet, enduring joy that does not depend on external circumstances or fleeting conditions. This deep sense of intrinsic belonging is one of the greatest gifts of integration, for it lovingly dissolves the pervasive feeling of exile, the sense of being an outsider that so many sensitive beings have carried for generations. We also wish to address the lingering fear. Some of you may still carry a fear of making a mistake, of taking a wrong turn, or of somehow missing your true purpose. Understand, dear ones, that purpose in this dynamic era is not a single, fixed task or a predetermined role. It is, at its core, a heart orientation. When you consciously choose alignment, unwavering honesty, and boundless compassion, you are, by definition, fulfilling your purpose regardless of the specific form your life happens to take. Trust that what truly needs to flow through you will do so naturally and effortlessly when your inner environment is receptive and open. And lovingly release the pressure to define yourself too narrowly or restrictively. As humanity continues its profound recalibration, there will undoubtedly be moments of collective confusion, upheaval, and uncertainty, alongside moments of surprising clarity, synchronicity, and revelation. Your unwavering steadiness, your centered presence during both of these states, is immensely valuable, not because you're obligated to guide or rescue others, but because your personal coherence contributes profoundly to the collective field that makes clarity, understanding, and healing possible for all. Simply tending to your own alignment and inner harmony, you actively support the emergence of innovative solutions, deeper understanding, and genuine cooperation on a much larger, global scale. We wholeheartedly encourage you to allow joy to be practical and integrated into your libido. Let laughter, vibrant creativity, and simple, profound pleasures become an organic part of your spiritual expression and daily practice. Joy is not an escape from responsibility or a frivolous diversion. It is, in fact, a powerful stabilizer that keeps your heart wide open, your mind flexible, and your spirit resilient. In joy, resilience flourishes, and in resilience, boundless compassion remains accessible, even amidst the most profound and challenging changes. As we bring this transmission to a close, we want you to feel the quiet, profound certainty that you are not late, not delayed, and certainly not unprepared. You are precisely where your magnificent soul intended you to be, equipped with the exact awareness, exquisite sensitivity, and innate strength needed for this pivotal moment in collective evolution. The unfolding path ahead does not demand urgency or rushed action, only a life-giving, unwavering trust in the process. Each step will beautifully reveal itself as you consciously remain present, and support will continue to appear in ways that feel perfectly natural, timely, and divinely orchestrated. Carry forward the deep knowing that the new Earth is not something you must anxiously seek or passively wait to arrive. It is something you're already actively participating in, co-creating, and living through your conscious choices, your powerful presence, and your heartfelt willingness to live authentically from the sanctuary of your heart. The more you allow this profound truth to settle deeply within you, the more ease and grace you will feel, and the more naturally your outer life will reflect the profound harmony you sense within. We leave you with this gentle, yet potent reminder: you are deeply, unconditionally loved, profoundly valued, and never, ever alone in your magnificent becoming. Walk softly with yourself, speak kindly and compassionately to your inner world, and allow your life to unfold as a living, breathing expression of the profound wisdom, beauty, and light you carry within. From our perspective, you are doing wonderfully, exquisitely well, and what is yet to come is not a test or an ordeal, but a shared, wondrous discovery. With great tenderness, unwavering affection, and enduring support, we are with